Hey everybody, today we're talking about the ABRSM Grade 1 Timpani solo, Tumbledown Mountain, all right? We're gonna take a look at a few things that we're gonna wanna practice and think about while we're practicing, and then we'll have a little play along. I'll play along the rhythm slowly with you and we'll talk about those things. And then we can also have a play along where I'll count you in and we can play with the accompaniment. So this piece comes with a really fun accompaniment, which is on a low drum, a tenor drum, or a low tom-tom. And that's great because you can have a friend that you know that's a percussionist play with you, and you can also play the tenor drum part and let them play the timpani, or maybe your teacher will play along with you. So this is a really fun one. Let's go ahead and have a look at it. Now the first thing I like to look at when checking out a timpani solo is the pitches. I need to know what notes I'm gonna play. And everybody knows that's the fun part about timpani, is that they're tunable and we can play notes and contribute to the orchestra or the band that way. And luckily, the composer's written right at the very beginning, timpani in A and D. Now we need to learn how to read bass clef so that we can understand which notes the A and the D are. And as you know, the third line up is a D there, and that first space, the second beat, that first space is the A, all right? So our low note is an A, which is the first space, and the third line up is a D, which will be our high drum. Now you can find these pitches a number of ways. You can use a piano, you can use a glockenspiel, a guitar, anything that produces an accurate pitch. Find that pitch in your ear, and then we'll tune, okay? This is something that you really want to have your teacher help you with. It's something you want to do regularly because you get better at it every time you do it. Now I have something fun here. This is a chime bar, and this is an A, and we'll play this A. We're going to get it in our ear, and then what we're going to do is take the pedal all the way down to the bottom, so the drum sounds like blah, 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 blah. And what we'll do is once we really hear this A, we'll tap on the drum and slowly move the pedal forward until we think the drum sounds exactly like the chime bar. Let's try it. Here's the A. Let's really listen to it. There we go. I'm going to do it one more time, and then I'm going to tap on the drum and slide it forward. Sound the same? Slide that forward. Keep practicing this. Let's go ahead and try the D. Do the same thing. We'll take the pedal all the way down to the bottom. Let's hear the D. Fantastic. Let's play it one more time. Then we're going to tap and slowly move the pedal up until we match. Very good. I really encourage you to practice that and do that because that's how you're going to become a really good timpanist, okay? All right, the next thing I would look at is the time signature. We look at that with every piece we play. This one has a 4/4. We know the top note tells us how many beats we have in the measure, 4 beats, and the bottom note tells us what kind of beats those are. And the fourth, being a fourth or a quarter of something, tells us we have 4 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very simple. The next thing I look at are the instructions the composer's given us. The composer, David Hext, has written the word andantino above us. That's an Italian word. It's very specific to music. And basically, andante is a walking pace, some might say. And andantino means a little bit faster than a walking pace. He goes on a little further to put a quarter note equals 84 next to us. So that is really helpful because that tells us exactly how fast he wants us to go. And I have my metronome going here. This is 84 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really depends on how fast you walk. That feels like a normal walking pace to me. The next thing I like to look at are the dynamics. I give a quick breeze through of everything, make sure that we're really paying attention to that. Now, dynamics, as we know, are the volume that we play. It tells us how strong or how softly we play. We begin in forte, and then we'll immediately make a good crescendo. You see those two lines going down in the second bar to piano. And then once we're at piano, we stay there for a little bit. There's a little crescendo, a little tiny crescendo to mezzo piano, so we want to make sure that we really feel that. And then one more crescendo right after it and takes us back to forte. Then we hang out at forte for a while as we read through. Finally, just in measure 12, there's another decrescendo down to piano, and we finish everything in piano. Okay? One thing I'm going to say in all the timpani videos, and I'm going to remind you all the time, because I think it's very important, is that we lift off the drum. We don't play into the drum. We're trying to lift, and we look at our playing spot, all right? I like to look at it with this pizza slice here. I really like pizza, so I kind of go for that. And we're going to go in between these two lugs, and we're going to play right in this spot here, all right? You'll be able to hear it. You'll be able to hear the difference where it gets a little thuddy, dunk, 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 or it's really high-pitched out here. And you want to get right in here. And what we're going to try to do is stay in those same spots every time. So we're not going to play over here one time and then maybe over here another time and then back here. We're going to choose where we like to play, and we're going to aim for those spots every time. Okay? Finally, Tumbledown Mountain gives us one extra little challenge, and that is going to be muting. We haven't really talked about muting much because it's something that we can overdo. But here at the very end, if you look at the last two measures, above those quarter notes, he has a little dot. And that little dot indicates staccato. And staccato is another Italian word, and it means short. So what we're going to try to do is when we get to those notes, we're going to play it, and then we're going to bring our hands to the same spots. We'll have to mute this A in the very first note. And we're going to push down quietly as we can. We push down, and then we lift off and play again. So the last two measures we'll play 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So we're just going to mute right on the quarter notes. 1, 3, 1. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Makes sense? Let's go ahead and give this a little run with the metronome and make sure that we have our rhythms very solid, and then we're going to play along with the recording, okay? Okay, let's take a look at this. I'm going to set my metronome just a little bit slower. We're going to do quarter note equals 72 so that we can really start to understand where our hands need to go and how this works before we move it on up to 84. Let's go ahead. We're going to start forte, remember, an immediate decrescendo down to piano. So play strong. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, a 1 and 2, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, rest. 4 and a 1 and 2, rest. 4 and little crescendo there. 3, 40 and 1, 2, forte here. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2. Rest, rest. Forte still. 3, 4 and decrescendo. 3, 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 1. Mute. 3, mute. 1, mute. 3, 4. How's that? Fantastic. Now, we're going to have one little play along. I'm going to count you in so that you can play along with the recording. And then, as always, you can go back to the beginning and play along with the performance. or you can download just the audio of the tenor drum and a metronome to help you practice along with this. Hope you're having fun. We'll talk to you later. See ya.
1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3, play.